Hey there, Prairie Plant Girl here. Well, it is October 21st and I'm going to be doing harvesting in my garden. I can't believe it. Usually this week of October, the last few years, has seen us get a blizzard and everything's just covered in snow, and it stays that way mostly for the winter. So to have this opportunity is really nice. I'm pretty happy that things are still growing and doing fairly well. Now obviously most of my garden is cleaned up, put to bed, and just waiting for next season. But I still have some broccoli and cauliflower here growing above ground. I do have carrots, potatoes, a couple of parsnips, and sweet potatoes still in the ground waiting to be harvested, but those will all wait. We are set to have some pretty cold nights, just below zero, around like -3, coming up for about a week, and they might just stick around. Right now the forecast shows them going back up, but this time of year I don't really believe that. But I have a little bit of broccoli. Now it could go longer, but given the weather forecast, I'm going to take that. And I have a head of cauliflower. Again, it could probably stay on the plant a little bit longer, but I'd rather just harvest it now instead of lose it. So then I'll probably cut both the plants back. And this here was where I had harvested a cauliflower, and I just haven't taken the plant out last week, so I'll take those out. But in behind me, there's still several cauliflower and broccoli plants that are just starting to form heads on them. So I'm going to get the frost blankets out, which is the bucket I'm sitting on here. So I'll water them in real well, and I'm going to cover it with frost blankets. The daytime highs are still supposed to be in the teens to even low 20s some days for most of the days. Today it's overcast, we're supposed to get rain, but the rest of the days it's supposed to be pretty sunny and nice. So I thought if I can cover those up to help trap some of that daytime heat and you know, keep the cold from getting to them, just in case we get colder, like at night. You know, these brassicas can take around freezing temperatures, but you don't want to get too cold or else it can kill the plants. So I just want to cover them up to give myself that extra protection, and maybe I'll even be harvesting some cauliflower and broccoli, maybe for Halloween. We'll see. So I thought I'd bring you along just to see this, because to me it's exciting that I get to harvest still this time of year. So I brought out a knife. And like I said, it's a small head. Could have gone longer, but got a nice little broccoli here. That's pretty nice. Right here is that beautiful head of cauliflower. So this is de purple. I'm not sure what that broccoli was. Imperial maybe? But this is de purple cauliflower. Beautiful. That's a good size. So like I said, it probably could have gone a little bit larger, but we'll take it now and enjoy it. So there, I'll just take these plants that are done. And yes, I could save those leaves and stems and use them for soups and things, but I know my husband and we're not going to eat that, so. Just chopping it up a bit because I'm going to put it in the compost. It'll break down faster. So it looks like there's a small cauliflower. Yeah, it looks like a cauliflower here. Freedom. So we'll leave that. Grab these leaves I threw here. There's still, ouch, still a caterpillar. Cabbage moth little caterpillar down there in the soil. I would have thought the cool weather we've had a week ago would have got rid of those, but guess there's still a few kicking around. So take this. Again, there's a small little plant. This looks like a little purple. I think it's too small and trying to head up, so I think it's just going to try and bolt. I don't think it'll give me anything, but we'll leave it there and see. I'm just going to take some of these tags out. And remember, this is the bed I put the garlic down. No signs of garlic coming up, but I'm okay with that. And then the rest all back there is young plants that a lot of them are starting to head up. So I'll give a little bit of water to all of these. I guess I could have taken this. I'm gonna give a good drink of water just in case we don't get the rain they're calling for. And then I'm gonna find a frost blanket and just cover this whole bed. It'll still let the sun shine through, still let air circulate. If we get rain, the rain will still get through a frost blanket, but it does help to hold some heat in when it gets cooler out. It holds the ground heat in. So as long as you wrap it down around the ground, you'll get that ground heat staying inside the frost blanket. I don't know how it works. They're just magical things. So it's better than using plastic. Plastic will lose its, it'll let the heat out overnight, but the frost blanket will hold it in. I've already turned my water off almost a month ago now outside, and 2 days ago I finally got the last of my rain barrels flipped over, emptied out, and winterized. So I'm now out hauling water from the house to bring out to the garden and greenhouse. But it's better to be doing that for a little bit than to have my rain barrels and taps freeze and do damage. And this time of year when it's cooler out, the plants don't need as much water. So I think this one should be big enough. Hopefully it doesn't have any holes in it. Oftentimes when you get frost blanket in big sheets or rolls, they're fairly narrow, and my beds are 4 feet wide by 8 feet long. So I just take this as the width that you'd normally get, and it's usually quite long, so I cut it in half lengthwise, and then I just sew two widths together. So there's 1, 2, and I just sew them together. So if you're struggling to find frost blanket that'll reach over your larger beds, that's just something you can do to do that. And these hoops I have are just in a frame that I built just out of scrap wood, and I just drilled holes, and this is just irrigation piping, and it just goes through the holes and holds it in place. It just kind of weights it down. Pretty cheap and easy. Helps keep the frost blanket off the plants and off the ground. You can set it right on the plants, but I prefer not to. So this one has quite a few holes in it. I might grab a different one. We'll see if this one's in better shape. That little sew line also helps me to know when I pay attention where to kind of center it on the frame here. There. And then this frame is handy because I can lift it. So we're supposed to have some pretty high winds coming, so that'll tuck it down there and hold it in really well. Otherwise, you could just use some bricks, big rocks, heavy boards. I have T-posts laying around that I'll wrap around plastic or frost blankets or whatnot to help hold them down. So just whatever you can find. So there, this is all secured down. Now I do have clips that could go over these hoops, but I find with the frost blanket, because the air kind of moves through it, it doesn't usually lift the same as if I was covering this with plastic trying to heat up the soil in the bed in the spring. Then I need to clip things on. But when the wind can kind of move through, it's not quite as important. So that's all there, put to rest. So wish me luck in getting a harvest off those last few plants in there before we turn to real winter here in Saskatchewan, Canada. And got another little harvest. Always great, especially this late in the year. I'll take any harvest I can get. So thanks for coming along with me on this quick little trip out to the garden today. Let me know what's going on in your garden. Give this a thumbs up if you enjoy seeing a harvest at the end of October in Saskatchewan, Canada. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.